Did you know that riding at the wrong RPM could silently shave years off your engine's life, even if you're shifting smoothly? Most riders think low RPM means safer riding and better fuel economy. But what if I told you that's one of the most damaging myths in motorcycling? So, every time you lug your engine below its sweet spot, you're risking carbon buildup, cylinder stress, traction control failure, and even engine detonation. And the worst part, you won't notice until it's too late. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you've been doing it wrong and how to fix it. Trust me, missing point number 3 might cost you your entire top end, and your wallet won't like that. So, let's first discuss what RPM does your engine actually want? Well, unless your bike came with a crystal ball, there's no single magic number. But here's the deal. Your engine wasn't built to put around at 2000 RPM like it's late for brunch but still half asleep. It thrives in the mid to upper rev range, where fuel burns clean, airflow is strong, and the pistons are actually doing what they trained for. Think of it like cardio for metal. Too slow and everything gets lazy, builds up carbon, and starts coughing like a smoker in a wind tunnel. Too fast all the time? Sure, you'll age the engine quicker. But lugging around at low RPM, that's a silent killer. It wears your engine out in weird ways. Want to know if you're in the right zone? Listen to the bike. If it sounds smooth and eager, not like it's groaning through a hangover, you're good. Still unsure? Keep watching, because what we reveal in the next section might change how you ride forever. Before we discuss the disadvantages of low RPMs, let's talk about the benefits of high RPM. Number 1, cleanse the engine. Revving your engine higher can actually clean it. Yep, you heard that right. Riding at higher RPMs isn't just about sounding fast or flexing at traffic lights. It literally scrubs carbon buildup off your engine's internals. See, when you cruise too low for too long, unburnt fuel and grime start sticking around like that one friend who never gets the hint to leave. But once you get the engine temps up, around 325 degrees Celsius, and push some real airflow through those cylinders, that gunk starts breaking down and blowing out the exhaust like a mini chimney sweep. It's what old school riders call an Italian tune-up, redline therapy for neglected engines. So if your bike's been feeling sluggish lately, maybe it doesn't need a mechanic. Maybe it just needs a good rev to cough out the cobwebs. Number 2, traction control works better. Let's talk about traction control, your bike's invisible superhero that saves your butt when things get squirrely. But it works way better at higher RPMs. Why? Simple math, my friend. The more your engine spins, the more data pulses your traction control gets to work with. At 2000 RPM in 6th gear, the system's basically napping between power strokes. But shift down to 3rd and let it sing at 8000 RPM. Now traction control is firing off like a caffeinated gamer, super alert, super fast, and correcting a wheel slip 4 times quicker. It's like going from dial-up to fiber internet. So if you think you're being gentle by cruising low, you're actually handicapping your safety tech. Number 3, smoother engine operation. Sounds backwards, but hear me out. At low RPMs, your engine is kind of like a bodybuilder trying to tiptoe through a ballet, awkward, jerky, and fighting itself to stay balanced. That uneven power delivery creates vibrations, knocks, and a ride that feels like your motorcycle's trying to file a complaint. But when you climb into the mid or upper RPM range, everything smooths out. The power pulses even out, the engine breathes better, and your ride starts to feel less like a mechanical bull and more like a well-oiled sewing machine. So if your handlebars are buzzing like they're texting someone in Morse code, try shifting down and letting the revs climb. Trust me, your engine will thank you, and your teeth might stop rattling too. These are a few disadvantages of riding at low RPM. Number 1, low RPM equals more cylinder stress. Alright, time to bust a myth wide open. Low RPM doesn't mean low stress. In fact, it's the opposite. When you're cruising around at low RPM thinking you're being gentle on the engine, what you're actually doing is making your pistons work overtime, like asking a sumo wrestler to push a shopping cart uphill in first gear. At lower revs, your engine still has to produce the same amount of power, but it has fewer combustion events to do it. That means each individual explosion has to push harder, creating intense pressure on your pistons, rods, and cylinder walls. The result? Local hotspots, extra wear, and a one-way ticket to early engine fatigue. So next time you think low revs are equal engine kindness, remember, it's not about how slow you go, it's about how smart you rev. Number 2, low RPM can cause detonation. We're not talking about action movie explosions, though it's not far off. When you ride at low RPMs, your engine spends more time in the danger zone known as the pre-ignition phase. That's the moment when your air-fuel mix lights up too early, while the piston is still rising. Imagine trying to sprint up a hill while someone punches you in the chest. That's what your piston feels like. The result? Massive internal pressure, knocking, and in worst-case scenarios, boom, you get something called low-speed pre-ignition, or LSPI. It's like your engine is trying to self-destruct, quietly. And here's the kicker. It happens more often when you lug your engine, thinking you're saving fuel. Spoiler alert, that fuel savings won't matter if your engine eats itself from the inside out. Still think low RPM is the safe zone? So, don't lug it, rev smart. Low RPM might sound smooth and feel chill, but inside your engine, it's chaos. Carbon buildup, piston stress, traction control asleep at the wheel, and detonation waiting to happen. Your motorcycle was built to move, to breathe, to sing. That tachometer isn't just there for decoration. You paid for the full rev range, so use it. Ride in the zone your engine actually wants to be in, not where it struggles to survive. And if this made you rethink your riding habits or saved your engine from a slow, carbon-choked death, do us a favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment below, and share it with that one friend who's still riding around at 1,800 RPM like it's a lawn tractor.